Hey folks, welcome back to Type-0. So, as you can see before it hopped off screen for in a second, we have gained about 6 levels since the last time we saw King. Thanks, Secret Training.
At ease.
Nice.
Cheats, hacks, exploits.
Yeah, basically fucking with the system clock.
Anyway, I forgot about this quest. Kurosame literally just wants us to go murder 10 people.
Seems entirely in keeping.
So, I'm not gonna show you that. I'm gonna trust that you all will believe I went out and killed 10 people.
I have absolutely no trouble believing that.
Yep. But anyways, yeah, just one brief thing to go back to with the secret training missions, again, Arctic's cut out, all the experience screens and whatnot, and congratulations for it, but, you will get these little pop-ups saying that, oh, you trained with this character for such and such amount of time, and it shows the character's level, and, sometimes it's staff or the school and everything, and on the rare occasion, you actually get to do training with Dr. Warcrimes herself, and, guess what level she's at?
Like Infinity Billion?
Pretty much, yeah, level 99.
Of course she is.
Like I said, this is entirely in keeping.
Anyway, it's mission time, and we are heading to Iska. So, our plan to retake the town is to sneak in through the sewers, literally plant magic C4 on all of the generators that are underneath the town, and then just, and then take the town by storm in the surprise.
Oh, I cannot wait to see how this one goes horribly awry, considering how Togorath went.
It's a solid plan, and I endorse it.
Also, something to just quickly point out, we also just unlocked the Protect spell, so I'm going to toss that on a couple people. And if I was paying attention, I would take fire off of folks, because, for whatever reason, the sewer is so damp that fire magic just doesn't work.
An attempt at mechanical setting integration.
Also, you could kind of very briefly see there the start of the game's, vast spread in, leveling, where all the characters that Arctic actually plays at are, at level 20-something now.
Yeah, this seems a little uneven.
Yeah, whereas, the rest of the roster is, just stuck at, level 15 or something.
Do we at least get some kind of experience rubber banding?
No, but, like I said, when we get experience, as like where we just got experience from Kurosame's quest, that is actually a static amount that goes to everybody. So, everybody just got 10,000 experience, which obviously means more to the people at the lower levels than it does to, King and Jack.
Well, that's something.
And, again, though, thanks to secret training and just abusing the system clock, you can very easily rectify a lot of the, the level gap between characters, where, again, just send them out on secret training, exit the game, edit the system clock to be, a year later, and come back, and, they'll have picked up, at least 3 levels.
It's closer to, 5 or so. Because I know when I did it with King and Queen there, they got, 5 or 6 levels apiece.
Did we always have an airship?
We just unlocked the airship.
Because this seems like a thing that would have been useful to have.
Well, technically the airship was always parked there at, the airship dock, but, yeah, we just unlocked the ability to use it.
I mean, maybe we just forgot that we had it.
Anyway, I don't know why they give it to you right now, because this particular, warp is not very good.
Yeah, it seems like it just landed you nowhere in particular. I mean, you've got to go for a huge walk anyway.
We're technically on the others. We're on the others. Oh, yeah. Anyway, so here's marksmanship. So just in case you didn't think King was ridiculous enough, he can also turn his handguns into snipers.
Cool. I mean, so could Saz though. So
Yeah,
I don't know what to make of that.
Also, just going back to the airship for a brief second, I do very much appreciate that the airship was kind of halfway designed after the Final Fantasy IX airships.
Yes, I was thinking it looked kind of like the Hildegard 1.
The Hildegard 3, actually.
Well, I thought it looked more like the 1, but you know, they're all built after the same lady, so I guess there's got to be some design similarities. But you know, I thought it was the 1.
Yeah, but anyways, yeah, I just appreciate it from just like a design standpoint because like I do have the FF9 art book that actually has like all the mechanical designs in it for the airships and everything.
Oh yeah. The only FF9 book I have is a strategy guide that has all the bits missing that you need to look up on the website that doesn't work anymore.
Nice. So you may have noticed that we got ambushed in that encounter.
Yeah. I noticed that King got fucking ganked.
Yeah, so because of that, we started with the kill site status. So, yeah, King just got fucking murdered. Good start to the mission.
This bodes fantastically. And is entirely in keeping. Oh, but I guess everyone's just recovered.
Yeah, the game does give you back all of your dudes when you go to start, like, a mission. And we also have a choice now that whether to have a special attack or a summon. Most of the time, we are not going to use the summon for obvious reasons, but, you know, who knows? Maybe we'll try it sometime.
I don't know. I don't think this newfound regard you have for the lives of your squad mates is in keeping with this game's setting.
Well, see, here's the thing. I don't use either of them, so it doesn't matter which one I pick.
Right, but it's the thought that counts.
The fog is incredibly thick here. You won't be able to target the enemy. And fire magic won't do you any good.
So A, I did not realize these were voiced. That was, like, when I played it, I'm like, why the fuck did they pay to voice you?
I will outline our strategy.
And, yeah, so those 3 flashing squares are where the generators are.
Class 0, do you copy?
Also, yeah, right off the bat, I am very much digging the fact that the fog is like Turok 64 level thick.
It does actually have gameplay repercussions. As mentioned, your targeting range is now extremely short. Like, the enemy has to be about maybe 5 or 6 feet from you before you can actually lock onto them now.
I don't know, you can still make out like the opposite walls of this room, so I think it's less Turok level and more like guest starring the Skull's parasite unit level.
Possibly.
I don't know, maybe I'm overthinking my video game fog grades. Is there such a thing as overthinking video game fog grades?
Yes.
Okay.
Although, through LPing Shadows of the Empire, we actually found a debug mode cheat that allowed you to adjust the thickness and the opacity of the fog in the game. And we set it so high it actually broke the Nintendo 64 and crashed the game.
Nice.
Well, you know, Shadows of the Empire always was just a little much for the N64 to handle.
Oh yeah, you cannot pack that much dash rendar into a single console and expect it to function properly all the time.
I have a question. In that fight just now, there were flame flans. How are there flame flans here? This place is supposed to be, like, very not conducive to fire anything.
You may have noticed that they're not actually casting any magic.
Yeah, they were just kind of muddy blobs, so...
But they're like fire things. What are they doing here?
The same thing that the Fire Horse was doing in the Final Fantasy XII sewers.
2 more locations.
That's completely fair.
Anyway, yeah, that's our first set of C4 set. Or, I'm sorry, Magicite.
Yes. Magic C4. Medieval Fantasy C4. Well, I don't know. We did just bring up 12, which was one of the other games that, one of the other Final Fantasies that notably had a direct analog for basically nukes as Magicite. So, what's a little C4 at this point?
Well, I mean, we've already had literal nukes in this game, so
Like, they straight up weaponized Ultima, like...
Yeah, I'm just saying, at that point, like, C4 is pretty unremarkable.
Hurry!
Well, this is riveting.
sewers always are. Can you think of a single good sewer level, for lack of a better way of putting that?
Eternal Sonata.
I'm not even going to respond to that.
Final Fantasy 13.
Only one more location. Keep going.
Again, yeah, I can't believe we're kind of at the point where we're just getting ready to just pound the table and just go mass casualty event, mass casualty event.
Enemy movements are beyond.
God, I'd probably clip the microphone so hard doing the pounding very lightly, I should point out.
I like the Dominion people who are constantly yelling at you throughout this entire thing. It's like, dude, you gotta go set the C4. Do it now, man. We gotta go.
Yeah, we're kind of on the clock here. I mean, it's not like this is a military operation or anything.
It technically is. Like, we're technically like a diversion to whatever the main offense was or something like that. I think at some point they're like, hey, we ran into trouble above ground. We really need this C4, this thing to go off, like, now.
Well, of course they did. It's a video game, you can't have things go to plan.
Meanwhile, you're just running around through basically playing the, I don't know, I suppose the most abstract version of plumber you possibly can be by literally cleaning out all the gunk in the sewer by force.
At some point, I think, like, right around here, I'm like, yeah, no, just fuck the flans. They take way too long to kill. Just not even gonna bother with them.
That's the last one. Quickly, position the Magicite.
Yeah, get those demo charges set, soldier.
Magicite in place.
I don't know what that thing looked like, but it did not look like a generator of any kind. It's just like, yeah, we needed a piece of environment design that has like gears or something on it. Just whip us up something. And the artists are like, what is this thing? And then the boss is like, look, just get me some gears on the wall, okay? Stop asking questions.
Also, I'm really digging this super, like, chill and slowed down version of the main theme.
Yeah, it's like... It's very, very out of place, but somehow totally fitting despite that.
I mean, it's better than the Chocobo theme again.
I'm still angry about the Chocobo theme in a minor key.
Honestly, having listened to it more times than needed, I actually really like the minor key Chocobo theme. Like, again, like, we harp on and on and on about how, like, when Inuzana, or whatever the kid's name was who dies at the beginning of the game, like, if the story was about him and Chitri, that theme would have been incredibly fitting for the world map theme.
And yet here we are.
Yeah, and yet here we are, but yeah, no, Square basically looked a good idea in the face and said, yeah, no, okay, and then shot it.
That's Square.
So, let's talk about the Shock Troopers.
We'll have to force activate the Magicite.
That guy does not look like a shock trooper of any kind.
So, you might notice that when he has his shield up, he is literally invincible.
There are now only a handful of prisoners in the
So they're basically like, I'm assuming every shield-wielding enemy in every video game ever, you have to get behind them and do damage to them?
Yes, you can get behind them. That's one way to work it. Or occasionally he'll drop it when they go to attack. But they are extremely obnoxious.
Oh, I can imagine. Oh, and they've also got the little slot there. Can you...
Can you headshot them through the slot?
Yeah.
I'll help.
I didn't try. I'm gonna say probably not, though.
We must know.
Yeah, because, like, gameplay-wise, that was one of the most... Yeah, that was one of the most satisfying things about Mass Effect 3, was just mail-slotting the Cerberus shield troopers.
It was so good. It made playing a sniper actually fun. I still prefer to be a man-guard, though.
I was the boring one. I always played Soldier Shepherd.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta give them props for in the later games actually making all of the options, like, good and fun. I mean, they weren't all man-guards, but, you know, how could they have all been man-guards? Like, we could definitely get a game that had the structure and aesthetics of a JRPG that played it, like, more or less entirely like that, and would end up looking kind of a lot like this, except with less menus. And that would frankly rule. And Square Enix would certainly not make it.
Sewer rations, my favorite.
So tasty. So have we lost the enemy?
No, it's just a couple flans down here, which we aren't going to bother fighting.
I'm a big fan of navigating this big, wide open, slightly confusing space in this fog. I was gonna say under time conditions, but the time conditions seemed very generous, so...
Yeah, you have to actively go out of your way to fail this time limit.
I know, like, I saw, like, the timer up in the corner there, and, like, I just did not pay attention to it at all, so I finally just looked up and read what it was counting down to, and it's like, oh, power restored in 20 minutes. Well,
I mean, to be fair, that is a mission failure. If the power comes back on, that is a mission failure.
true, but I thought, like, I just kind of assumed, like, okay, it's counting down to when, like, the actual bombs explode, but no, the bombs have already exploded, I guess?
Yeah, they blew the bombs after we set it, and then now we have to finish the mission before power comes back on. Anyway, Super Soldiers, they're motherfuckers, because they basically play exactly like you do. So, like, they're just constantly dodgy little fucks.
I love how you explain, like, Super Soldiers, they're motherfuckers after you just destroyed one of them effortlessly.
Yeah, like watch this guy.
Oh god, yeah.
See, like, until you knock him down, like, he dodged almost every shot that I hit him with.
I mean, it's fitting that they're like us, because we're also super soldiers.
Sorry to have kept you.
Also, I'm digging the electric organ bass line that's backing up this track here. It's got a very Ace Combat Zero feel to it.
It's very characteristic. It's pretty much the most characteristic thing I've seen in this whole video.
Final Fantasy Type-0. The background music's okay.
So, Mog is continually telling us to forget the enemies and just keep moving. But, frankly, that doesn't seem like a very War Crimes thing to do.
Why are we being attacked by robotic voices of Mario? That was an incredibly bad joke, and I'm sorry about it. I guess this is what counts as a mid-boss?
Yeah, of sorts.
Yeah, that didn't seem like it was really very much.
Did he have a name? I wasn't paying attention.
He did have a name. Fuck if I can tell you what it was, though.
It was like Second Lieutenant something or other.
No, I think it was just like Lieutenant. I think it was Lieutenant anything in particular.
It doesn't matter, he's dead now anyway.
Who's dead?
Yes.
Also, I love how that guy's last line was a terrified scream of "Please stop," and then you shot him in the face.
Yeah, immediately before I shot him.
This is not the kind of experience that stops. Man, thinking about not stopping just made me think about Yoko Taro writing in this setting.
Oh my god.
See, I would play that game.
I know! I would play the hell out of that game. I would recommend that game to all my friends. I would let that game fuck me up.
Yeah, so Hawkeye is just a little bit good, you might see.
Yeah. We still demand that you try and mail slot these troopers for science.
Hey, so somebody actually remembered we had electric magic. That was nice.
It's nice when your AI mates just actually display competence. Man, what are these floating turret things that are named after the voice of Mario? They seem really weird.
They're exactly what they sound like. They're just floating turrets.
Yeah, but like, aesthetically, they're real weird.
I mean, these ones are at least trying to, hit us with explosive barrels.
That's... yeah, I don't know, I'm done trying to reason about enemy aesthetics in this game. Speaking of aesthetics, I've just noticed the flashing envelope icon in the top left. That's been there, like, this entire time.
They really want me to take those special orders, and, spoilers, we're not.
Like, check your mail, soldier. I know it's in the middle of an important mission and you're under time constraints and you're facing mission failure, but check your fucking email. I don't know, I don't get it either. Oh, and that's actually related to the big red flashing incoming warning. I thought that was just like, hey, there's opposition incoming. But no, it's just like, hey, email. This game is so weirdly bad.
Oh, thank God we're out of the fucking sewer.
There's not much time.
Are things going to start looking slightly less boring?
Right, now it's just really dark and you can't fucking see anything. Completely different from the fog.
But hey, at least we can use fire magic now, right?
You're not wrong.
It's the little mercies. Small victories.
So, one of the nice things about big guys like this is that you can kind of make your own kill shots on them. So, like, I could wait until he turns yellow and do, like, a health bar's worth of damage. Or I could just use point-blank shot right next to him and do about half as much on command.
Yeah. That seems like an oversight on his part. Well, this went well.
Anyway, we didn't kill enough people for Mother, so we didn't do as good of a job as we could have.
Bah. I told you all this regard for life was not becoming.
But hey, we can now summon Golem.
Hooray? Which one is that? Is that one of the ones? I don't think that was one of the ones. I don't remember a golem.
I think... what was the last one Golem was in? The only one that I can know off the top of my head is 4.
Definitely not one of the more famous Final Fantasy summon pantheon.
God damn it, not enough people died in this episode. I'm incredibly disappointed.
I'm glad. I don't know how to respond to that.
We're not good people.